Hey guys, so you know I'm a big fan of serverless, much in the same way I like S3. You upload the file up onto the S3 web server and you don't have to worry about it. And with serverless, I can get my logic running and I don't have to worry about the server, hence the stupid term serverless. So I have this old program here called count, and all it does is display the environment. My aim is to compare this, which is running on AWS, with the new Google Cloud function thing. So say I want to run it, I just run gen and then I go localhost 3000. Okay, that's my whatever. It's my local environment. And say I wanted to change the color of something, I would go into, make that blue. And then I'll test it locally, and if I'm happy with that, I deploy. And deploying on AWS takes about 5 seconds or something. Yeah. And this count is interesting because obviously it gets reset when the serverless function becomes cold. Okay, so multi-level stuff going on here. So let me deploy to the Google Cloud. I think I've got some stuff in my history here. It's a bit of an unwieldy command. Yeah, okay, so first off, it's my first impression of Google Cloud Platform is that it's much slower. And for some reason it doesn't work in the same, well, to be honest, AWS API Gateway doesn't work like this. Thanks to Apex Up, it runs in like, what do you call it? In a proxy, so that it just works as you would run it locally. Oh, okay, so the first thing you need to do is do a go mod init. Or you have to do an export. Then you have to do an init. Then you have to do like a go mod tidy. And then okay. For some reason, when you're using G Cloud, you have to have the modules vended inside. So now I have this vendor directory or whatever. How big is that? Not that big. Okay, so another thing, because I know I've done this in advance on another project, is that it doesn't, since it's not running a proxy, it doesn't use the main, and it wants things in the account page or whatever. It wants the function. So let's do it. Let's call it hopefully this will be enough. If anyone knows about Azure functions or Cloudflare functions, other than AWS, I'm all ears. Obviously, I do this in some of my projects. I'll probably link below. You can deploy and create these binaries and deploy them behind Nginx or something. Who knows? Okay, I think I have to change this to be something like API. Oops. Yeah, I mean, it's trivial it's not that trivial. You can deploy this Golang HTTP function as a binary behind Nginx or something like that. Could deploy it as a Docker image if you're really dumb. I'm not a big fan of Docker images because essentially the great thing about Golang is you compile to a static binary, and then you're adding all this Docker bureaucracy over that binary. It's just kind of pointless to me. The binary is the ultimate package, right? You don't need a Docker image, in my opinion. So Yeah, I wish the Google Cloud API was synologous to the way Apex Up did it. Okay, here we go. And let's have a look at it, shall we? That's not it. This is something I deployed earlier. I'm guessing perhaps that they don't have a blue-green deployment like... Yeah, okay, that's another big difference. There's one thing I really like about AWS Up is that once you deploy, it's a blue-green deployment. The switchover happens right there and it doesn't drop a request. But here it is. It is running. It did take a few seconds, obviously, but... So the iterations are pretty damn slow. Let's try change the color to green. And let's do this deploy as where. So hopefully it's not leaking out all my credentials somewhere. But that's the... Sorry, it's a terrible color for you guys back to watch. But you can see all the... Looks very similar to 256 memory. So this is running in US Central, by the way. Unfortunately, there's no cloud endpoints here in Singapore yet. Closest is Tokyo or something. And when I did try Tokyo, it just stalled. So the whole system, the whole serverless thing in Google feels a bit new. I think they only properly rolled it out like last month. So, I mean, what do you expect? Still, it doesn't do the blue-green deployment like Apex App does. That's very bad for iterations. A, I don't like it how it's slow, and B, I don't like how I'm just generally waiting until it's updated. I mean, it's definitely, I definitely changed it to green, didn't I? Oh no, I've messed up my main, so it doesn't work locally anymore. Flip. But it's definitely, I did update this, didn't I? Yeah, it's green. Why is it taking so long? Okay, now it's green. Maybe I had to do a hard reset there. No, but I don't have this problem when I'm running Apex Up, so... yeah. Let me just change that to pink. Hopefully it'll be still... Yeah, so these iterations... So Apex Up is typically about 5 seconds. And we can see here that Google Cloud is taking about 50 seconds, or 10 times. And again, the thing that really attracts me to serverless is that I can iterate real fast. Like 5 seconds even is a bit painful. But I really don't like how it's not instant to come up. Another thing that is quite nice with Apex is the logs are pretty fast. As you can see, it takes a second to query CloudWatch. When I go gcloud functions logs read, actually that's pretty fast. In the past, it's taken a lot longer than this. Okay, 181309. Maybe these are the old ones. What is that time? That's pretty well. Okay, is this now pink? Yay, well done. Sorry about all those messages. My Slack is going. Let me just try to get rid of it. Okay, the logs is working much faster. Okay, so I guess to summarize here, I don't like how it takes 10 times longer to deploy. I don't like the API, this deploy API. This entry point stuff is a bit gnarly. It should be a proxy. What else? The vendoring stuff is a bit boring. And yeah, I'm very suspicious of this whole blue-green thing. I want to, when this returns, I want to know for a fact that the switchover has happened. You know what I mean? Okay, guys, I think this is a long video. I'll put the GCP. I'll check it into a GCP branch so you can see what changes I made. But otherwise, I'm a little bit underwhelmed by GCP. Come on, Google. But you got some smart people working for you still, surely. Okay. Version 13. Still pink. I'm holding down Shift. Ah, finally, the changeover happened. Does the version 13 come up here? Oh yeah, it does. Google function version. Like the video for more. So far, AWS and Apex App is winning. So just bear that in mind when you're choosing your serverless cloud platform.